Hey there! In this video, I'll be covering my preferred carry ammo for my 9mm pistols. I have two guns here, my Glock 48 and my Glock 45, and these are stand-ins for some of the guns I've got. The Glock 48 is a stand-in for all of my uncompensated pistols, and the 45 is here for my comped guns. When it comes to 9mm, I've got two comped guns that I carry, and then I've got three uncomped guns that I carry. And I say that because the loading is tailored to either comped or uncomped. What is that loading? Well, pretty simply put, that loading is the Federal HST 124 grain and then the Federal HST 124 grain plus P. If you're wondering why I have two different loads, I'll explain it here. It simply comes down to the powder. The bullets are the same, the cases are the same, the primers are the same, and the velocity is not very different either. You're only getting 50 feet per second more out of the plus P HST 124 grain with 1150 for the standard pressure and 1200 for the plus P. However, the powder burns a little bit differently in the plus P, and I found that it leads to lower flash. Now, I like that because with a comped gun, we're already getting a fair bit of muzzle flash, and that just helps to reduce it a little bit. I'm not concerned about blinding myself or something, or having some sort of thing where the flash is that massive that it makes it hard for me to shoot. But being able to mitigate it a little bit while also gaining a little bit of muzzle velocity is nice. The extra recoil that comes with this is also fairly minimal, but it does make the comped guns work better because the comp is robbing recoil from this recoil-operated system, and this means that the gun's still going to work if I'm shooting from retention or shooting from some sort of unorthodox position, right? For the standard pressure in my uncomped guns, the flash is not bad either, but it's just one of those things that I found that I would rather have the teeny bit more flash that this has to have less recoil in these smaller guns. So whether it's my 48 or my old Gen 2 Glock 17 or my 43X, before I throw a comp on there, I like the standard pressure for that. So I have these two loadings, and I've explained why I have them different for these two guns. But why did I choose HSTs? Well, it's not really a surprise, but HSTs have a great track record. They've existed for a long time, and Federal has updated the projectiles and the case materials and whatnot. But the HST has just a great track record of real-world terminal effectiveness. I really enjoy good FBI spec calibrated gel testing. I think it has a lot of merit. But there is something to be said about real-world use, and I know for a fact that HSTs do a good job in the real world. Between police, law enforcement shooting footage, or friends who have shot hogs, in a similar way to the anatomy of people, the load does well. On top of that, HSTs are available. I can find these at local shops. I can buy it online in bulk for a good price. It's always available. Now, none of that matters if the load doesn't work in my guns, but HSTs are HSTs. Aside from some of the sub-caliber ones I've used, these 9mm and 45 HSTs perform great in pretty much everything. The accuracy is fantastic, the ammo is super consistent, and of course it's reliable. So I've got 9mm HSTs, mostly the standard pressure stuff, but standard pressure and plus P in a bunch of my guns, and I've not been let down by the performance. If I had the money, I would exclusively shoot HSTs because they shoot that nicely. Regardless of the terminal effectiveness or anything like that, this load shoots really good. So yeah, the Federal HST 124 grain, both in standard pressure and plus pressure variety, that has been my carry ammo for a number of years. And there are a lot of good carry ammos out there, but this is the one that I've been stocking up on. I have carried the Spear Gold G2 a fair bit, but the HSTs are ones that I found to perform a little bit better when it comes to just the consistency and accuracy. So yeah, short video here, but let me know in the comments down below what your preferred 9mm carry ammo is. And if you can, if you're up to it, please explain why you've chosen that load, because I'm always looking to see what people are doing. This YouTube channel's never been about the Paul show where it's me talking to you. It's always meant to be a back and forth there. So yeah, thank you very much for watching.